Hi, friends. My name is Toni Cureton. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Life Skills FYI. Life Skills FYI provides a set of core adult capabilities to manage work, family, and relationships successfully. It's designed to help build the skills adults need for life. Life Skills FYI teaches skills of planning, awareness, focus, self control, and flexibility. They are daily living skills to promote successful independent living, skills that every adult should know but were never taught in school. Life Skills FYI premieres on Thursdays at 10 a.m. on our My Virtual Academy Facebook page and on Instagram. Today on Life Skills, we are going to talk about fire safety tips for your home. So, fire is fast, and in less than 30 seconds, a small flame can turn into a major fire. From there, a complete takeover of the house can occur in just 3 to 5 minutes. New homes also burn faster and hotter than older residents due to different building materials and other factors. Today, I'd like to share some important ways to keep your home safe from fires. So, let's begin with installing smoke alarms. Smoke alarms can alert you to a fire in your home in time for you to escape, even if you're asleep. Install alarms on every level of your home, outside of each sleeping area and in each sleeping area. Fire departments and rescue units also recommend that you should sleep with your doors closed. Test each alarm every month, following the manufacturer's directions, and replace batteries once a year or whenever you hear the alarm chirp. This chirping sound that you hear that is sometimes annoying because it has happened to me before, that is the indication that the battery is going low, and that's the time for you to change the battery. Also, never borrow a smoke alarm's battery to use in another appliance. A disabled smoke alarm cannot save your life. So, you should also remember that if you've had a smoke alarm for longer than 10 years, you should replace it with a new one. Next, you need to install fire extinguishers. Once you've got your smoke detectors installed, it's time to make sure that you have fire extinguishers readily available throughout your home. These come in handy should you experience a small fire. Using a fire extinguisher prevents you and your family from having to battle a bigger fire. Keep them in the bedroom, kitchen, garage, and in any workshop areas of your home. Similar to smoke detectors, fire extinguishers should be checked regularly to ensure that they work properly. If you're not sure how to use a fire extinguisher, YouTube has instruction videos that you can check out, or you can contact your local fire department for training information to help you get started. Also, if you have smokers in the home, you want to keep your eye out. Careless smoking is the leading cause of fire deaths in North America. Never smoke in bed or when you are drowsy or sleepy. Provide smokers with large, deep, non-tip ashtrays and soak your butts with water before you discard them. Before going to bed or leaving home after someone has been smoking, check under and around cushions and upholstered furniture for smoking cigarette butts. Also, if you're in the kitchen cooking, never leave your cooking unattended. Be on alert. If you are sleepy or have consumed alcohol, don't use your stove or stovetop. If you are simmering, baking, or roasting food, check it regularly and remain in the home while food is cooking. And use a timer to remind you that your food is cooking. Keep cooking areas clean and clear of combustible and materials, and make sure that you wear clothes with shorter sleeves when you cook so that they don't catch on fire by accident. Make sure you turn your pot handles inward on the stove where you can't accidentally bump into them and knock them over, or children. Make sure that they are unable to reach up and grab the handles of your pots that you're cooking with. Make sure you have a kid-free zone. Set an area of at least 3 feet around your stove and cooking areas so that kids don't accidentally knock something over. Keep your children at least 3 feet away from your stove areas and your cooking tops where you're preparing food or drinks. If grease catches fire in a pan, take a lid and place it on top to smother the flame and turn the heat off. Keep the lid on the pot until the pan has completely cooled off. And if you're in doubt about fighting a small fire, then just get out, close the door, and call 911 from a safe source outside of the home. Also, when you're cooking outside on your decks and your grills and patios, keep your grills and cookers and fryers at least 3 feet away from your house, your shrubs, and your bushes so that they don't accidentally catch fire and quickly spread. Now, you need to educate your children on fire safety. In a child's hands, matches and lighters can be deadly. Buy child-resistant lighters and store all matches and lighters up high where kids can't see or reach them, preferably in a locked cabinet if you can put them there. Make sure you teach your children that matches and lighters are tools and not toys and should be used only by adults or with adult supervision. Make sure you teach small children to tell an adult if they find matches or lighters, and older children should bring matches and lighters to an adult immediately. Next, sometimes we use space heaters in our home, and there is some special care that we need to practice when we utilize them. Make sure that you keep your portable space heaters at least 3 feet away from anything that can burn. Make sure you keep your children and your pets away from heaters and never leave heaters on when you leave your house or go to bed. Make sure that you plug them directly into the outlet and don't use extension cords, and check to make sure that the portable heater has a thermostat control mechanism and will shut off automatically if the heater is pushed over or it falls over accidentally. Also, you have to practice electricity safely. If an electric appliance begins to smoke or has an unusual smell, unplug it immediately. Then have it serviced before you use it again. Make sure that you replace any electrical cord that is cracked or frayed, and make sure that you don't overload extension cords or run them under rugs. Don't tamper with your fuse box or use improper size fuses. That's a no-no, and that's an easy way to start an electrical fire in your home. Now, let's talk about holiday safeties. As we enter into the holiday season this year, make sure you turn off your holiday lights at night or when you leave your house. Replace any string of lights with worn or broken cords or loose bulb connections. Keep candles at least 12 inches away from flammable materials or consider using flameless candles. Make sure that you water your Christmas tree daily and don't let it dry out. A dry tree is more flammable, and it's easy for those hot lights to get a flame started and ignited in a dry tree. Also, make sure your tree has at least 3 feet of space between heat sources like fireplaces and radiators and candles or heat vents or lights, and make sure that you don't block an exit with your Christmas tree. Again, also make sure you don't overload your extension cords and your outlets with your light plugs for your Christmas tree. Now let's talk candles. Make sure that you never leave a burning candle unattended. Candles cause an estimated of 15,000 fires in residential structures, 150 deaths, 1,200 injuries, and $500 million in estimated direct property damage each year. In many cases, candles were being used as a light source because power had been shut off or was temporarily out of service. Make sure you keep a flashlight and batteries on hand for emergencies to prevent the need to use candles for emergency lighting. A few tips are that you need to make sure you use sturdy holders. Keep your candles away from children and pets. Make sure you extinguish the candles before you go to bed. Make sure that you burn candles on even surfaces, and keep candles away from upholstery or window coverings. In the event that you find yourself in a fire, here are a few tips that can help you. During a fire, smoke and poisonous gases rise with the heat. The air is clearer near the floor, so you're more likely to die from asphyxiation, smoke inhalation, than burns. In fact, a fire's odorless, colorless, toxic gases can put you to sleep before flames reach your location. So watch out for smoke inhalation symptoms such as shortness of breath, cough, headaches, disorientation, and drowsiness. If you must escape through smoke, get on the floor and crawl on your hands and knees to the nearest exit, keeping your head just 12 to 24 inches above the floor itself. And if your clothes happen to catch fire, don't run, don't panic. Immediately stop, drop, and roll. Stop where you are, drop to the ground, cover your face with your hands, and roll over and over to smother the flames. Also, you need to plan your escape from a fire. If a fire breaks out in your home, you have to get out fast. To prepare, you need to sit down with your family in advance and agree on an escape plan. Be sure that everyone knows at least 2 unobstructed exits in your home, doors and windows from every room. If you live in an apartment building, do not include using the elevators as part of your escape plan. Use the stairs. Decide on a meeting place outside where everyone will meet after they escape, and have your entire household practice this escape plan at least 2 times a year. So, what do you do after a fire? You need to contact your local disaster relief service, such as Salvation Army or the Red Cross, if you need temporary housing, food, or medicines. Also, check with your fire department to make sure that your resident is safe to return and enter into. Do not attempt to reconnect utilities yourself. The fire department should make sure that utilities are either safe to use or are disconnected before they leave the site. Conduct an inventory of your damaged property and items. Do not throw any damaged goods away until after you make the inventory of your items. Begin saving receipts for any money you spend related to the fire loss. The receipts will probably be needed by your insurance company and for later verifying the losses on your claim when you file your tax return. And make sure that you notify your mortgage company and let them know that a fire has taken place in your home. So, key takeaways. A fire can become life-threatening in just 2 short minutes. So you need to remember that every second counts in the event of a fire. If you have an escape plan to help you get out of your home quickly in place, you increase your family's safety if a tragic event were to occur. Staying safe from fires at home, it begins with you. So take the necessary measures with fire prevention to save your loved ones and your belongings. Well, friends, that's all my time for today. Thank you for tuning in to Life Skills FYI. Feel free to contact me with any questions. My number is 586-842-0558. That's 586-842-0558. Again, my name is Toni Cureton, and I will see you next time for more Life Skills FYI. And remember to always adult responsibly.